Hey people, interested here, 3v3, Catherine and Purification Plant, blue team. It's Ordo Malleus all the way down. kesuga7 is a Daemonhunter, a melee spellcaster with strong support and control, begins with an energy regeneration aura. Alongside, Sir Gunther the Kaiser is an Eversor assassin, a risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death. And rounding off this team, Mallet is a brother captain, where he is. A durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed, with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. Red team, Gomer Pyle with a Hive Tyrant, a durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed, with powerful offense, disruption and support, begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Bautista. And alongside, it's double Sorcerer time. That's a good camera angle. Here's Captain Proton. And we have you seen my sorcbrero? This is zeetorq, trying to confuse me with his names again. These fellas are offensive and disruptive heroes with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, fighting in melee. zeetorq actually designed this map, and a good job. It's a very popular one. Kicking off in the mid then. Doom bolts from downtown. Wow, painful one. Those guys were in cover, weren't they? Oh, maybe that pipe isn't cover or something weird. Psychon popped by the Eversor assassin, giving him 30% more damage and 30% more damage resistance, but he spends health to activate it. And here comes the Daemonhunter to help out with the strat squad of his own. The strat squad of Sir Gunther drop a model and run. Heretics doom blast and run. Can they be chased down now? Eversor and Daemonhunter are going to try. Where's those bolt pistols, lads? Can they get them? One hit point, they can. Eversor goes down, but might be able to get revived because the Daemonhunter has plenty of health. Doom bolts. That was actually a CSM falling over dead. The strat squad do drop one though. And there's the revive. A scrappy, frantic start. Psychon popped again by the Eversor assassin. Daemonhunter gets those guys out of there. Eversor assassin escapes. Okay, all the heroes are alive. Meanwhile, it's Gomer Pyle's Hive Tyrant, Bautista against the big old brother captain. Going for the rending talons immediately here. Oh, they dropped some stormtroopers already, Mallet, I guess. They got two more up though. There's a bunch of dead stormtroopers here. Double termagants for Gomer Pyle. Need to get those toxin sacks up, fellas, so you can slow down that brother captain. Back to the west side. It's blue for the Ordo Malleus. Some stormtroopers getting shots in. Heretics with Aspiring Champion. And some Tzeentchian worship which infiltrates that sorcerer. Doom bolts. Those guys were smart enough to keep moving. And there's energy burst to slow down and drain the energy of that sorcerer. That's going to be a nice tool to have against the sorcerers here for these strat squad fellas. Need their Tomes of Titan to be able to do that though. Drop to model again. That's the third strat squad model I've seen go down already. It's not going to be cheap to keep reinforcing him. The Eternal War of the Chaos Space Marines for Have You Seen My Sorcbrero, also known as zeetorq, double CSM. And they're both getting Eternal War, double CSM also for Captain Proton. And they don't have Eternal War. Eternal War gives you 20% more damage in melee and ranged combat. See that plus decorator on their icon there. Sorcerer gets a good special and leaves. Surely you guys can fight those strat squad together. Nope, they don't wanna. They don't wanna. Even in melee, they could both go melee and fight them. Psychon popped, giving him more bolt pistol damage, I guess. 469, sorry, to 444 on the VPs. Operatives on the field for Sir Gunther the Kaiser. And the Eversor is persuaded to leave. Has the Sin Skin body glove now. More health regen, and makes his Psychon only cost 50 health rather than 100 to activate. Also lasts a couple of seconds more, I think. Here's the operatives being sneaky with their shotguns. And they've got their fallback plan already, so they have an incendiary grenade. And they start with a smoke grenade, I think. And they drop a flash grenade now with a retreat because of this. So lots of grenades in their pockets. There's the incendiary. Doing some good work, actually, to those double CSM. That was nicely thrown. Strat squad now have to run through it, though. And operatives getting far too close. That was a really good banishment. Holy crap. So that flash grenade momentarily when they retreated there, those operatives. Energy burst. Did it slow down all of them? Wow. I thought it only affected the squad that you hit with it, but it looked like it was like an area of effect slow there. I did not realize that's how it worked. I guess it's called energy burst. A really nice grenade from those stormtroopers. Well played, Sir Gunther the Kaiser. That no fuse grenade could be really useful, and it was used great there. West side, Daemonhunter levels to 2, gets the Hunter's Blade, power weapon, gives him more energy and energy regen. Also has Armor of Fortitude up, which gives him a fancy hood. Armor of Damnation also gives him a hood. So all of his armors just give him a hood now. Maybe that's the case. This gives him Indomitable to put something in stasis. I think it's only friendly units. This just says places units. I don't think you can put it on an enemy unit to like take them out of the fight. Strat squad gonna get surrounded here. Is that Mind Blades? Oh, that's Indomitable. Oh, it has the little blue at their feet like Mind Blades. Yeah, that was Indomitable. So those heretics are wasting their time attacking them there. 394 to 444. Eversor in the back lines, tearing through some CSM. Can he get another model? He's really trying. Trying his hardest. There he goes. Well done, fella. Gets level 2. Can they now escape, though? I think hypermetabolism was up there trying to save him, but doesn't work out. Down he goes. Another good incendiary grenade throw. Look at that. Doing some really good work. Yeah, that was hypermetabolism. You can actually see the debuff on him as he's down there from the end of hypermetabolism. Here comes a Hive Tyrant. Bautista showing up from the east side. We got Adrenal Gland Hormigaunt Brood. Doom bolts flying on double stormtroopers, but they're okay. They both have their sergeant, so they both have that handy grenade. Bloodletters on the way for zeetorq. Tier 2 for Proton, Tier 2 for Kaiser. Mallet got some interceptors up, which is fun to see. Teleporting fellas with the big old swords. Power bashing now. West side is uncapped. Double CSM here though, and Bloodletters will join shortly. Any war gear for these guys? Sorcerer getting Rod of Warpfire for zeetorq. Put that Sword of Flame up there. And fully kitted out Hive Tyrant. Improved Synapse, those Rending Talons, and Psychic Scream. Anything for the Brother Captain? Nope. How did they bash? They got the node down. These guys in a dicey spot now. Those CSM need to melee them on retreat. There we go. Got a few hits. Hormigaunt's in there too. Got a Strat Squad fella down. But the captain's not happy. He gets a big special. Now needs to run. Too much stuff. Too much stuff. On the west side though, there's Indomitable again. Sorcerer's level 2. Bloodletter's getting stuck in. Their weird colour they have here. Like a sickly off-white greenish thing. I quite like it. Daemonhunter's level 3 is doing well. So is the Eversor. Also always seems to be in the back line smacking stuff around. Onslaught injectors are in. More charge range, and every tier, as in tier of his HQ, gets a bit more speed and more melee skill, which is handy. And Eviscerator axe is up. Gives him the kill zone, which is pretty nuts. Area denial. Makes a melee squad take more melee damage, deal less melee damage. And it buffs the Eversor's stats when he's inside of it, I think. It's pretty crazy. 392 to 444. The downside being, of course, that the enemy unit can just move out of the kill zone and be safer. Purifies on the field now for kesuga7. Interceptors teleporting in with furious intervention of the Justicar, knocking stuff down, but they're right into the clutches of Bautista with a seismic roar. And was that a bioplasma shot? It was a bioplasma shot. What's he up to? Why would he switch to a bioplasma shot? Gomer Pyle, I'm not sure. I thought the Psychic Scream was a good pull here against the interceptors and stuff. Might see a big old flank though. This is Captain Proton in the mid. Getting too close to things. What's he up to? Has a double mark of Zinc CSM, but they just ran into melee. Maybe they're just getting close enough to start meleeing stuff as it retreats or something. That's Mind Blades on the Eversor Assassin, I believe. And that is... I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the kill zone. I always forget that because it looks like the psychic field. So I'm like, is that the Purifiers? But no, that was the kill zone. He needs to stay the hell out of that. Strat squad are falling over a lot though. Tried to take him out fully, but the sorcerer couldn't get it done. Banishment flies in. Really scrappy fight on this east side. Eversor just cleaving through stuff. 65 DPS, and of course he can buff that immediately with Psychon, and it will go up as he levels. Hive Tyrant. Wow, look how quickly those sorcerers died. That was like 2 seconds of melee and down they went. Switching back to the Psychic Scream here. Yeah, Rending Talons is amazing against infantry. 75 melee DPS, he attacks so quickly as well. So if it's really low health stuff, you can get them down really fast. Daemonhunter, level 4 here. Stormtroopers now with their Acolyte warrior leader guy. Yep, those guys have him too. Gives them the fanaticism damage immunity thing. But they lost their strike squad over here. Yeah, you can see him on the floor here. Wonder if they had their Justicar. Still got their Purifiers though. These guys are badass with power weapons. And the Justicar gets a big old heavy melee demon hammer. Look at the size of that thing. Makes the Force Commander jealous. East side. Genes to the Brood in play for Gomer Pyle. Goes tier 3 as well. They're sending them in before the Hive Tyrant shows up. Does have that improved synapse, of course. Eversor's here to help out though. It's a friendly Eversor. Where's that kill zone? Oh, they don't have the energy. Interceptor's getting in. A Grey Knight Dreadnought now with that big old flamer. Incinerator, maybe it's called. Got these blue psychic flames. Gene Stillers, can you stay in here long, fellas? Still no war gear for the brother captain. But he's into level 3. Psychic Scream went off. You see the big red debuff circle. Oh, that's the Rippers slowing down the Dreadnought, I think, that red debuff circle. I don't think they can really threaten this guy, though. I don't see Crushing Claws on the way. So he should be able to just stab that Hive Tyrant down with that mean-looking halberd blade type thing he's got. What's this? It was operatives, but they go down. You have a Chaos Dreadnought now for Captain Proton. Tier 3 for zeetorq. Tier 3 also for Gunther. They are down to a single squad. Not sure exactly what happened. I was focused on the east side quite a lot there. West side is red though. And Captain Proton levels to 5. With the demon armor. What about zeetorq? zeetorq's level 3. Tome of Subjugation already queued up for tier 3. And they've got Robes of Torment. They are preparing themselves for Grey Knight Terminators and Paladins and stuff. Grey Knight Dreadnought now getting a Plasma Cannon, backing away because there's a Venom Brood up here to shoot it down with Venom Cannons. Also have the ranged Synapse to buff those Termagants. Psychic Scream been popped already. Plasma Cannon now. There's a Seismic Roar. Everything runs. And look at the Venom Brood. So much damage. Brother Captain's on them. It should be okay now, I think. Yeah, it should be okay. Gene Stealers can get heavy melee weapons in tier 3, but no sign of them yet. There's tier 3 for Kesuga. Sir Gunther with a Vortimer Razorback on the way. Brood Nest is going to be taken down pretty quickly, I think. That's a support structure from the global bar of the Hive Tyrant. Allows it to reinforce around it, gives you a little bit of health regen, but it does need to complete itself. There we go, it's complete. It's just taken a bunch of damage already. And since you're Tyranids, you can't repair it. It does very slowly regenerate health, but it's very, very slow down it goes. I think it should regenerate health a little bit faster than that. It's not cheap these days. Can it even be repaired by like allies and stuff? Does it count as a building in that way? Ouch. I assume so. Here's the west side. Indomitable on those stormtroopers. And the Dreadnought gets teleported to safety by the Sorcerer's Warp there. Double Marco Zeet CSM. Cool colour scheme as well. It's the Thousand Suns elite scheme, is it? No, I don't think it is. The Sorcerer would have a fancier headdress. That's just how they look when they get Marco Zinch. Cool colour scheme though. Got that demonic plasma in there. This is the Vortimer of Sir Gunther the Kaiser. With a Psy Cannon on top. Good damage to all targets. Energy Burst used again to slow down all of those CSM. Strat Squad on the front foot. 263. 406. We got some Stormtroopers on the way for Sir Gunther to help repair the Vortimer. Speaking of repairs, Dreadnought's getting some now. There's that Tome of Subjugation. Kesuga with the Purgation Squad. Got a Conversion Beamer to help with the Dreadnought. Grey Knight Dreadnought is still up. Also getting repairs. Tier 3 for Captain Proton. So Mallet is going to be the last player in Tier 2. They have tons of red, so they could get their Tier 3 roll in, try to hold on, and then drop Paladins. Do they want to drop Paladins, though, against double Sorcerers here? Not to mention Jinxstiller's up. And they have their Rending Talons now. Rending Claws, sorry. For some heavy melee damage. Bloodletter's still up. Level 2 for zeetorq. Maybe they'll get a great unclean one. There's a Warp Fire. And there is a Psychic Field shutting down the abilities and silencing that blob of stuff there. That's one of the Purifiers. That's the thing that has a very similar looking effect to Killzone. Good push by the red team. Lots of CSM with Marco Zinch. And we've got a Chaos Dreadnought too. All of it infiltrated. That was the Hunter Killer Missile. That is a Conversion Beamer shot, and that was a big old shot. Oh no, Subjugated Purifiers turning on their Daemonhunter leader, and now he Indomitables himself. That was nicely done to avoid that damage. 263 to 366. Eversor Assassin runs away. Looks like blue team are going to hold, you know. Maybe they're going a little bit one note with so many Marco Zinch CSM. Down goes the Dreadnought too. Maybe they should have mixed in some Marco Pawn melee stuff in there to fight toe-to-toe with the Purifiers. Would they have won that fight? I don't know. There's Indomitable again. It's actually working out quite well. The red team aren't switching targets quickly when they see it. Maybe they don't know what it is. I mean, it's possible. Ordo Malleus introduce a lot of new abilities very quickly with all different effects and stuff. Venom Cannon Carnifex now for Gomer Pyle. Dreadnought survives somehow. Here's the Eversor. They are power bashing. Carnifex needs to back off a bit though. Was that a Hunter Killer? That was a Hunter Killer. Such awesome range on those Hunter Killer missiles. 2 Land Raider Crusaders on the way for the blue team. Looks like they are maybe shying away from getting Terminators against double Sorcerers, which makes sense. Speaking of though, double Great Unclean ones for the Sorcerers. That's going to be fun. Going to be fun for me anyway, not for the Ordo Malleus. Level 5. Bautista the Hive Tyrant. Done well. Crippling Poison on the Strat Squad. They're in a bit of trouble. Here comes Jinxstiller's. Here comes that Hive Tyrant. Vortimer Razorback might take some Venom Cannon shots here. Do they still have the Venom Brood? They do. Don't know where they are though. They are back at base. Vortimer looking to keep its distance. Venom Cannon got a shot there though. Bio Meltdown. Global ability of the Eversor damaging all nearby units, and then a big explosion if he goes down. Look at the kills. Look at those kills. Jinxstiller's almost wiped off that, and if they don't run away, they're going to wipe to the brother captain. Down they go. That was sloppy from Gomer Pyle. They tried to get a Brood Nest up to reinforce off it, and it didn't work. Meanwhile, brother captain now has a Nemesis Warding Staff and the Unending Purge. Brood Nest is up now. Oh, does it not give health regen to a Carnifex? Sad face. Maybe this wasn't close enough. You need to be quite close to it. Here's the Great Unclean One of Captain Proton. Here's the Great Unclean One of zeetorq. Good luck capping this now, fellas. Maybe they need to double the mid. We got some Plague Marines up as well from Captain Proton. 256 to 326. Dreadnought still around. Overcharged Plasma. Did that not hit? That didn't hit. Power bashing now. Needs to be careful. There's a lot of venom cannons they can bring to bear. And one really big one. Decent plasma cannon. They're level 3 Dreadnought doing a lot of damage when it shoots. That's for sure. West side kicking off. Look at this. Have they got an answer for these two great unclean ones? There's a psychic field. It means the bloodletters can't teleport and they can't phase out when they're inside of it. But they've got away from it now. Lots of suppression because of those hurricane bolters. Is that? I think that's a bio meltdown again, alongside hypermetabolism. Looks like he survived it that time though. Some good damage with it. And there's a Tempest from the Daemonhunter. Big old fight. They're pushing those Land Raiders back. There's some Nurgle Vomit. Didn't seem to do anything. That was weird. Oh, I think that was just a special attack. Still didn't seem to do much though. So they are reinforcing off these Land Raiders. There's a cloud of flies. Getting some health and energy regen off it too. Great and clean one. Teleported out just in time. Holy crap, that was close. Warped out by the Sorcerer there. And has to waddle back to base now. Those guys running off as well. Level 5 Sorcerer. Did he just subjugate those guys? Maybe they did. Well, we have some Paladins up on the east side. And here's some off-map Vindicare support. This is an Eversor Assassin global to reveal all enemy units on the map for a short duration. Paladins in on the Carnifex now. They can crush it with those Nemesis Demon Hammers. Getting their wrist-mounted Incinerator. 30 power for this thing. I mean, save it, but get another unit up, I say. That's a very luxury purchase. Those wrist-mounted Terminator and Paladin weapons. Maybe I'm just not giving them enough credit. I mean, it's 12 flame DPS. It's a pretty good flamer. But their job is to get into melee, not flame things, I think. 170 to 326. Push them off. Double Land Raiders. Turns out to be a bigger problem than double Great Unclean ones at the moment. Got some Stormtroopers on the way for Kesuga to help repair stuff, I guess. And support in general. Daemonhunter's level 5 with Tome of Tranquility. Even more energy regen and reduced cooldowns. He's got 315 energy. Armor of Damnation as well. That Tempest. Eversor level 5, almost level 6, and has the Friends on. For huge buffs when he pops it. Does drain his health though. He gets lots of stuff. Suppression and knockback immunity and damage resist. There's that Psychic Field and the Tempest. Oh, but then Subjugated Purifiers, never mind. I mean, Tempest is still doing some good damage in there. Slows them down as well so they can't get out of it easily. Yes, nasty. It does one other thing. It slows it down, does damage, and does one other thing. I always forget what it is. Is it energy degeneration or is it a silence? I can never remember. 170 to 281. Bloodletters flee. Here's the Great Unclean one of zeetorq. Where's the other one though? Looks like it's on its way. Some Nurgle Vomit. Another Psychic Field. What is the cooldown on that thing? It seems to be very short. They're using it a lot. Where are they now? Are they ducked inside the Land Raider again? And there's a Tempest. And an overcharged Plasma. They couldn't even move then. They were suppressed and slowed down. They couldn't move at all. This Crusader's taking a lot of damage. And now a Conversion Beam are getting some good shots in though. Is that a kill zone or is that another Psychic Field? I don't know, where's the Eversor? Oh, Eversor's down. Imperial Abyss from one of those sorcerers. They got out of it okay though. The great unclean one of zeetorq was, tried to get away, but does not. Purifiers came in and finished it off. Down goes the Land Raider as well, though they're 1 for 1 on the super units. Meanwhile, east side, I see lots of dead blue team heroes. They all down here? No. The Daemonhunter's up. Grey Knight Terminators of Sir Gunther the Kaiser. And looks like the Paladins were got. Yeah, there's the Paladins, look. They were taken out, chased down, and moided. We got a Thornback Carnifex for Gomer Pyle as well. It's a 2-to-1 for the red team. Venom Brood need to be careful. Eversor's on them. And level 6 Eversor as well. With a huge charge range. Can they finish him? Almost. Not quite. Banishment couldn't get it done either. There's a paroxysm from a Neurothrope. Was that thing up? Yeah, that thing was up. That would have really helped take the Paladins out. Meanwhile, west side, what's going on? There's a Tempest. Crusaders, like half-ish hit points. There is a Lascannon up there from a Marco Zinch Havoc squad. Doesn't want to get too much closer, the Crusader. Getting some good suppression, but takes a Lascannon hit. Another great unclean one for zeetorq. Wonder if Mallet will get some more Paladins up. They're not spending it on anything else. Would it be a good idea even? I can't believe that Dreadnought's still around. 110 to 249. Level 7 Brother Captain. Is that Bio Meltdown and Killzone? I think so. It's hard when it's just a hero around. So you don't see all the green stuff on everything. Hypermetabolism also up. Just all the buffs. He'll be okay. West side remains red. Got some subjugated Terminators now. That is a Canticle of Absolution, I believe. Giving health and energy regen to nearby allies. But there's an Imperial Abyss as well. Where's your Absolution now? Terminators, I think, are okay. Bloodlet is doing a lot of damage to them there. Warp Fire thrown in too. And a Doombolt's got 2 of them down. Crusader had to back all the way off to survive. And the Terminator got pulled into the Abyss, but they survived. It might have pulled it out of trouble, actually. Picking off in the mid. Dreadnought, just level 4, I think. He's taking Venom Cannon shots, though. Needs to back away, not move forward. But the Captain's tying up the Venom Brood. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that Dreadnought's going to make it out. It just leveled as well. Melee Carnifex on it, and the Venom Cannon down it goes. I mean, it did well. 53 to 249. Looks like the red team have this Swarm Lord about to hit the field. There's the kill zone again. Great, and Team 1 is smacking him. Almost takes him out. Level 7, he's alright. Oh, maybe that's Friends on when he glows red like that. Doesn't he get that red glow when he's got a Bio Meltdown as well? That must have been Friends on.
Stormtroopers reporting ready.
Grey Knight Terminators on the way now for Kesuga. There's another Vortimer. Is it going to be enough though? They're struggling to get their hold on to the west side. There's more Paladins, that'll help. Great Unclean One just passively damage nearby enemies. When you've got 2 of them doing it, it can add up quite a lot. Orbital Bombardment from one of the Ordo Malleus players. Sir Gunther maybe? Down to 20 VPs though. Grey Knight Terminators fighting the mid. Mallet's got Terminators and Paladins up. Where's that Brother Captain? At base. Needs to move his ass. Gonna run out of time, I think. 2-to-1 cap. Swarm Lord and that Carnifex more than a match for those Terminators. They can't really fight vehicles very well, and that's what those monstrous creatures have, vehicle armor. Abyss on the Crusader gets it down. It's like 3 Abysses we've seen over here. Subjugated Terminators, and the red team have it. The double Great Unclean ones were pretty... They got one of them down, but yeah, it was a hell of a thing to try and get through when you've got 4 Marco Zint squad shooting at you. Did they all get level 4? They did. All 4 Marco Zint CSN level 4. Nasty stuff. Let's look at these heroes then, eh? Level 7 Daemonhunter. Did some good Indomitable stuff, I thought. But then went into the Tempest, which is a pretty strong piece of war gear as well. Eversor Assassin. Mixing it up with the axe. What's going on with his axe here? Oh, it's alright. I thought it was invisible or something. Brother Captain, level 7. We had a level 9 Hive Tyrant. Almost got there, Bautista. And the Sorcerers, level 7. Oh, is he subjugating something right now? Yeah, the Terminators, I guess. And another level 7 for zeetorq. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.